What's going on? I'm Ty, and like a lot of people out there, I've been playing a ton of games online with friends. Whether it's something that's competitive, like Fall Guys or Destruction All-Stars, or maybe it's something that's a little bit more cooperative, whether it's Borderlands 3 or Outriders. It's been an awesome experience, except for the fact that server problems at launch specifically seem to be a big problem, and never have I ever played a game recently, or in the last 10 years at launch that's a major title that I've been able to get into and play with my friends on launch day. So, if you're ready, I'm ready. Let's go and let's discuss what is wrong with all of these games being broken at launch. So it seems a new game can't come out these days that has an online component where it actually works on day one. That's the biggest problem that I'm seeing right now. Whether it's something like Fall Guys that gets bombarded with people out of launch, something like Destruction All-Stars, which has like the weirdest and almost most rushed netcode that I could imagine. At least I'm assuming that's what happened here. Like, check out the characters and all the cars driving around here. They're bouncing around, they're shooting back and forth, and you have no idea whether you've hit someone, been hit, until it's way too late, and all of a sudden you're just stuck, and you have no real control over the outcome of the match. I'm not going to fault any developers for having this happen to their game on launch, even window, never mind day one, because for something that's an online-only multiplayer experience, there's no way for you to properly test it until you get it out in the wild, and then you can adjust load balancers and a whole bunch of other back-end mumbo-jumbo that I'm not going to bother getting into in order to fix all these problems. On top of pushing patches out, because Destruction All-Stars on day one didn't auto-mute other people that you were playing with, so you just got a whole bunch of harassment in your ear when you jumped online. Or, you know, if you didn't have a headset in, harassment jumping through your controller microphone at you. The real problem I have, though, is that games that force you to connect online and are just co-op experiences. They aren't MMOs like World of Warcraft or Final Fantasy XIV online. They're just co-op shooters, kind of in the vein of Borderlands 3, which, by the way, has a LAN option even though it was released not 20 years ago. Everyone, put LAN options in your games. I'm serious. Do it. I want to play your games at a cottage that has bad internet. I'm not joking. Okay, realistically, there's a couple reasons to force players to connect to a server while playing their co-op game. Chances are, most of us are connecting online in order to play with friends and kind of share the experience of playing these games. The other thing is that you can force hotfixes to be applied on a server side, and then the player that's joining the server will get those little adjustments and tweaks on the back end without the developer pushing a patch out and you needing to download something that eats into your internet bandwidth if you have it, or if you don't have it, just takes up your time and prevents you from playing the game as much as you want to. Really, like I said, Borderlands 3 actually has all of this stuff in it and a LAN option. So it has hotfixes that will get downloaded from the server, or when you connect online, it'll apply that hotfix. I feel like everyone should just adopt this method because it kind of gives the best of both worlds. You don't have to push out a massive patch for me to download to then play the game with my friends online. But if you need to make slight changes or adjustments to, say, your loot system, or different drop rates, or enemy encounter rates, or anything really that you can think of that are done on the server, I'll just automatically apply it when I connect. There's another reason too that this could be a good option from a development side, and I don't fully agree with it, but having players connect to the server prevents them from hacking. This is a great option in multiplayer-only games, but in something that's co-op shooters like Outriders, there's absolutely no reason for me to connect to a server to play with my friends, or specifically connect to a server if I want to play by myself. So for a lot of us, we were working the day Outriders came out. At least I know I was. But one of my buddies, Jace Ventura, was waiting to play the game online, And although I worked an entire workday and then jumped online afterwards, he only played about an hour and a half extra compared to me because of all of the server problems that he was encountering. If the LAN option, or even just a solo offline option was available, he would have already completely crushed everything. And I get it. You're not going to be able to control people hacking the game or building out characters that are crazy like we used to do in Diablo 2 on Open Battle.net, where you have a level 1 barbarian running around with spells that come from the sorceress's class and can kill you in one shot because they've hacked all of the stats. So, you know what? That's bad in that scenario, but also it's a cool kind of Wild West that just doesn't exist anymore in games. The game wasn't restricted to that. You had the option to connect to closed Battle.net, and you didn't have to worry because they couldn't hack because the character save data was online. That's also another option that could be used here. The biggest problem is that connecting to a server and forcing us to connect to servers when we want to play these games means ultimately we're at the whims of the server. I should have known. I saw Microsoft's Teams problem, booted up Outriders, saw Microsoft Azure because Microsoft Teams servers and the PlayFab Azure servers are basically the same thing. I'm not saying they're exactly the same because I know they're not, but if one has a problem, chances are the other is going to have a problem. So let me know down below, what's your opinion on this? For me, I would love the option to play these games specifically that are player versus the environment offline or on LAN, and also by not having our save data, which Outriders does, saved on the cloud, what awesome stuff we could do with hacking the save data. Specifically on PC, you're not going to get that on console, but it'd be a lot of fun to mess around with further on down the line and give a lot of life into these games way past release and way past when they're relevant. So that'll be all for today. Again, like I said, let me know down below what you think, and I'll see you next Games Tuesday.